Welcome back. Here today with Mike Murphy, host of Kids Hooked on the Outdoors. If you're a regular viewer of the show, you've certainly seen Mike over the years. Here today at Hard Labor Creek Shooting Sports. We've enjoyed the day. It's kind of overcast, a little balmy, certainly out here in the pines. The breeze is blowing, and it's just as nice a day as you can imagine here in the real Florida. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Mike about just that, Kids Hooked on the Outdoors, and how they're going to be having some upcoming projects right here at Hard Labor Creek Shooting Sports. You're watching Real Florida Outdoors, and we will be right back. Welcome back. Here with Mike Murphy at Hard Labor Creek Shooting Sports. When we went on to the break last time, Mike kind of whispered out of the side of his mouth, you forgot about the mosquitoes. And yes, indeed, there are a few mosquitoes out here. If you'd been out here this weekend, you'd know why. We had a tremendous gully washer out here. They say we had an inch of rain. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but we did have a lot of rain, and we do have a few mosquitoes out here. But we're out here in the woods. We are truly out here in some pristine, unspoiled woodlands that's only literally a few minutes from I-10, so extremely accessible with all the amenities that you could hope for when it comes to shooting sports. Trap, skeet, sporting clays, even a 3D archery course, and certainly the opportunity to get out here either by yourself or with a group of people and have some fun. As mentioned here with Mike Murphy from Kids Hooked on the Outdoors right now. Mike, you've actually shot a few shows out here in the past. You were friends with Gary Clark and Ted Everett before I even knew him. This is a great facility. More importantly, it's a great partnership between Kids Hooked on the Outdoors and Gary and Ted. Hard Labor Creek offers you some opportunities for great subject matter for your shows. What do you got upcoming out here at Hard Labor?
I think we're going to be shooting some more shooting sports, skeet. I understand they've got a 3D archery tournament coming up May the 14th, I think.
It's within the first couple weeks of May,
right.
I know.
So I'm going to come. I know you'll be here, so I'll have my cameras here filming too. So that's one of the things. And I always quail hunt when it comes quail season. We just got a bunch of upcoming things to do with Ted Everett and Gary Clark here at Hard Labor Creek.
You know, in the past, we've enjoyed coming out here, doing some quail hunting, going over to Gerald Hawley's El Rancho Duck Hunting Preserve. We have been down to Seagrove Wolf Preserve. There's some other things that we want to explore as time goes on. You know, just a few short miles to the east of us here is Marianna, Florida, with the Florida Caverns. Right. Some of the largest system of caves that we have here in the United States. Certainly worth exploring. Would you be up for traveling over there with us sometime?
Sure would, Paul. I mean, Washington County, people may not think that Washington County has a lot to offer, but hey, y'all have a lot. I mean, every time I come, you've always got some good ideas, and so yeah, I'd be up to going and filming these caverns. I mean, I've seen pictures of them, but never been there.
Now, the caverns are actually in the next county, Jackson County, so we can't claim them, but they're close enough that we'll do it anyway. What we do have here right here in Chipley is the highest waterfall in Florida at Falling Water State Park. Have you been there yet?
I hadn't been there yet either. Okay. That's another one of the spots you said we need to film.
And that's a good thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start making a bucket list, and we're going to make sure that we visit all these places and give you the opportunity to shoot an episode in these places. You met Holly Hinson back some time ago. I believe it was in Kentucky. Holly has since come on the show as a co-host for Real Florida Outdoors. Is just a charming young lady, comes from a really good family, is a heck of a crack shot when it comes to sporting clays, and is just an all-around good person. So we're really looking forward to her being on the show. Hopefully next episode you'll get an opportunity to speak with Holly in her position as the co-host for the show. We appreciate you coming this weekend, enjoying what we have to offer here in Washington County. You brought Winston Barlow this trip, CEO of CMOS Kids. I understand that Kids Hooked on the Outdoors and CMOS Kids are forming an alliance, are going to have a relationship. Talk a little bit about what's coming forward with that.
You know, Paul, I've tried to do this show myself. I've tried to get all the sponsors. It never works when you try to do it by yourself. And so I said, Lord, I'm tired of trying to do it myself. So I'm turning it over to you. So, and he took over. So now I seen Winston Barlow on Facebook and sent him a message and told him, hey, I'd like to come film that event y'all fixing to have. And they having one this weekend on the 20th. It's fun day, kids fun day, family day. And so he sent me a message back, sure, I'd like you to come and film. And so that kicked off our relationship. Drove over there one weekend and filmed a turkey hunt with one of the kids, and it's been all uphill or downhill each way. What you want to say it now?
Yeah, and it seems to be a marriage made in heaven. It's a perfect opportunity. Kids being your passion, children and families interacting in the outdoors. It doesn't matter if you see any game or if you get that kill shot. It's all about spending the time in the woods and hopefully instilling that reverence, that appreciation for the great outdoors in these kids.
That's true, Paul. The scripture, there's one scripture in the Bible that I want to quote. I'm not going to quote it, I'm going to sort of paraphrase it. It's Psalms 127, and it talks about a child being like an arrow in a mighty man's hand. So I read that scripture and I said, well, what does this mean? Well, if I draw this arrow back and a child represents that arrow, I'm wanting that child to hit that mark, that bullseye in life. So it's up to us as parents, guardians, to make sure that we train our kids right. And that's what my show's about. Instilling family values. And that's what SEMO Kids is all about. These kids that have got these, they have different types of disabilities. And all they want to do is feel like one of these regular kids. So that's what we're about. We show them kids change their lives. That's what we're doing. That's what SEMO Kids does. It changes kids' lives.
Well, certainly an admirable cause, and all they want to do is be treated like everybody else.
That's right.
We had a conversation with Winston, and his heart seems to be in the right place, and he's got an organization that seems to have all the right stuff. It's a perfect marriage, again, as I mentioned a minute ago, with Kids Hooked on the Outdoors. So we look forward to seeing you more in the future here in Chipley at our Hard Labor Creek Shooting Sports. Certainly with or without Winston either way, but I can't help but think that that's a great combination. Gary Clark and Ted Everett graciously inviting you here to enjoy the amenities they have to offer. So it's a three-legged stool, and there's something in it for everybody. And we appreciate your friendship, and thanks for taking the time to visit with us today.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
Appreciate you coming down. Mike takes the opportunity to come down from Phoenix City, Alabama several times a year, and if you're a regular viewer of the show, you've certainly seen him before. KidsHookedOnTheOutdoors.com if you want to check out his website. They've got lots of exciting things coming up, inclusive of everything right here at Hard Labor Creek Shooting Sports. You're watching Real Florida Outdoors, and we're certainly enjoying this day. It's almost like we don't want to go to break. It's the breeze is ruffling these pine branches above our head. It's a balmy day. It's probably one of the few cool days we're going to enjoy before we start cussing the heat come summertime. You're watching Real Florida Outdoors, and we will be right back.